Coming up on this episode of Earth, we'll find out why biodiversity is critical for the health of our planet, for security and quality of life. This even includes protecting the very existence of the monarch butterfly and its pollination for our food supply. In Kentucky, we'll see how an abandoned coal mine is now a giant solar farm, powering thousands of homes with renewable energy. In Wisconsin and Michigan, we'll find out how new generation hydrogen fuel cells are powering cars, heavy-duty trucks, buildings, and more. And we'll show you how innovative approaches to battery recycling is powering the future of transportation. It's all coming up on Earth. Hi, I'm John Holden. Welcome to Earth. You know, these days, businesses large and small are addressing environmental issues, but one major car manufacturer is thinking and acting outside the box. They're not just assembling electric vehicles, recycling and advancing green technology. They're doing all of these things, but they're also developing initiatives that you'd never expect, as you're about to see. Now, this biodiversity trail in Buffalo, West Virginia is a great place to relax, rejuvenate the soul. You know, the surrounding park features pollinator gardens, wildflower fields, and yes, even beekeeping. In fact, all living things, insects, animals, plants, microorganisms, and of course you and me, form a planetary interactive ecosystem. Wetlands, forests, waterways, and oceans are critical to preservation of life on Earth. But human activities are causing an unprecedented decline in habitats and species. Diversity makes ecosystems more resilient to climate change, natural disasters, and disease outbreaks. The loss of just one species can cascade to the demise of many others, disrupting the web of life. Scott Warner is a wildlife biologist for the West Virginia Department of Natural Resources. He explains why biodiversity is so essential to the health of our planet and why this biodiversity park is needed.
Biodiversity is diversity of life. Typically when we think of wildlife, we think about, big game species or whatever else, but we also overlook a lot of the habitats that we have. And the biodiversity here is providing a lot of native grasses that you can't find anywhere else. What we're seeing here today is an outdoor classroom, and they've enrolled several hundreds of acres of land in pollinator habitat. It's a little bit more than just letting it grow. It's letting it grow with a plan, and that's what Toyota's been really good about producing here. And when you have the opportunity to work with somebody like Toyota to create pollinator habitat on the 50 acres that's right behind me right now, it's extremely important.
You see, located near this biodiversity trail is a Toyota West Virginia engine plant. The company built and maintains this biodiversity park for the enjoyment and education of the public, a conservation site that is certified by the Wildlife Habitat Council. In fact, some Toyota workers, like logistics trainer Clint Baker, even double as a beekeeper on a daily basis.
You got 6 hives here, let's say 60 to 80,000 bees per hive this time of the year. The reason why we did it was we wanted to teach folks, right? We want to teach folks about beekeeping. We want to teach folks on the importance of a lot of the food you eat comes from the pollinators such as honeybees.
So I asked Toyota's environmental sustainability manager, Becky Martin, why having a biodiversity trail and educating the public is so important for a car company.
The importance of a biodiversity trail is to support native species, so native plants and animals. So that's going to create a flourishing ecosystem. Another focus area we have is circular economy. So we have an impact on resources. We use resources to make our cars. We want to make sure that we try to use as few materials as possible. And so my job is for Toyota to protect biodiversity and to create native habitats and remove invasive species so that ecosystems can thrive.
It's all about restoring native habitat. And Toyota is especially focused on supporting pollinators. Those are the animals and insects that move pollen from plant to plant, like the monarch butterfly. Every year in late summer, millions of monarchs from the U.S. and Canada embark on a 3,000-mile flight to Mexico in search of food for overwintering. It's a critical step in the pollination process for our food supply.
We support the monarch by providing habitat for the monarch. That requires having their host plant, which is the milkweed, and we plant milkweed that's particular to the area where we are.
Today, Toyota maintains 18 pollinator gardens across its North American sites. It's planted 14,000 acres of pollinator and native plants in North America, and the acreage continues to grow. Now here in Buffalo, West Virginia, a group of Toyota West Virginia volunteers, Gold Star mothers, schools, and representatives from the Department of Agriculture planted some of the trees, apple trees that you see around me, and all these grasses on the Biodiversity Trail that are part of a living memorial. This 55-tree apple orchard serves a double purpose: as a pollinator garden and as a living memorial to honor post-9/11 fallen U.S. Armed Forces servicemen and women. They include the son of Amy Rose, a Gold Star mother who planted this tree and now regularly visits the site to remember her fallen hero who lived and died for his country.
It's everything. So he's not forgotten. He'll always be in my heart, but it's amazing that we have these sites for the communities to come in and sit or walk around the trees and read all the dog tags, say their names so that they're not forgotten. It's Specialist William Rhodes, U.S. Army, Fort Polk, Louisiana. He was 10th Mountain Infantry. He died on November 30th, 2017. And he was from Putnam County. The remembrance is just remembering their names, remembering who they were, not only to us as a son or a daughter, but the community, and the country overall.
The 55 apple trees in this living memorial represent the 55 West Virginia counties. The harvested apples will be donated to schools and senior centers. Toyota also invests in both on-site and off-site solar power to help offset the energy needed for their North American operations. Here in West Virginia, there's even a flock of over 40 sheep that meanders around this 5-acre solar array. Each one of these guys can eat 4 pounds of grass and weeds per day, reducing the need for destructive mowing and herbicide use, while improving soil health and the farmer's bottom line. Now, the technical term for this is agrivoltaics, but I like to simply call it landscaping. Toyota environmental engineer Amanda Young came up with many of the ideas for the apple tree orchard surrounding Biodiversity Park and the flock of sheep to mow the solar farm grass.
Even though we need industry, we still need agriculture. So as a collaborative effort, instead of traditional mowing, we decided to graze them with sheep. And sheep are great because they fertilize as they go. And they also aerate the soil, which makes for better biodiversity, better habitat, and then it reduces our CO2.
In terms of energy production, the solar array helps reduce carbon emissions from Toyota's nearby engine and powertrain manufacturing plant by generating 3.5 million kilowatts per year through a direct feed to the building. And Amanda says the surrounding Biodiversity Park is a huge commitment to our environmental future.
We need to focus really on building the habitat, making sure it's native, and correcting the things we can correct.
So we want to build the habitat here, and what you'll see is as you go through this habitat is a lot of the native species has come back.
Every acre of plant or industrial space that we have, we want to set aside an acre of native habitat to balance that off, offset our footprint. And we, as Toyota, have done a great job with that, I think.
Our next stop takes us to another solar array in a very different environment. in the heart of Kentucky's Appalachian coal country. Appalachia was the country's primary coal-producing region from the 1800s through the 1970s. Today, about 1 in 5 U.S. operating coal mines are located in Kentucky, and they've produced more than 8 billion tons of coal over the last 2 centuries. Now here in eastern Kentucky, a collaboration between business and government is bringing solar energy generation atop, believe it or not, a reclaimed coal mine. You're looking at what was once the former Martiki coal mine, built on top of a mountain in Martin County, Kentucky, but shut down in the 1990s to become a brownfield. The term brownfield refers to an abandoned or vacant industrial site and land that offers limited use possibilities. But in this case, the brownfield was a perfect location for a giant solar farm. Now the scale of this is so impressive. 850 acres, more than 200,000 high-efficiency solar panels are installed here, as you can see, producing about 112 megawatts. That's enough to power about 19,000 homes annually. Renewable energy company Savient is the project owner and operator of this mountaintop solar farm and was a key player in setting up the collaboration with Toyota and local developer Edelin Renewables.
So this is the first of its kind in Appalachia and Kentucky, coal to solar project. This was kind of a moonshot idea when we first started it. It was not something that we had seen done at scale before. This is a large transmission scale project, so there hasn't really been a case that we're aware of where another solar project of this size has been built on a former mine site. But we saw a lot of opportunity here. This is land that was largely going unused, laying fallow, and we thought it would be a good opportunity to build a solar project here, largely because of the access to the electrical infrastructure. There's over 200,000 acres of former mine lands in Appalachia alone, so that presents a tremendous opportunity for more of these brownfield to brightfield type projects where we can locate renewable energy projects on former mine lands. But as you can see, now that it's operating, this is just a silent project that's, collecting sunshine, generating electricity, and paying taxes. Most folks wouldn't even know it was here unless you happen to be up on top of the mine.
The reason we're involved in this project is because, one, it's in the state of Kentucky where we have a large manufacturing facility that produces over 400,000 cars a year, and we wanted to build renewable energy to meet our sustainability targets close to home, where we can provide lots of power that will be put into the grid and use that renewable energy to help the area and the areas that we work in and sell our cars in. Sustainability is very big to Toyota. We have our 2050 challenge globally, where we aim to become carbon neutral across all our sites to reduce our impact on the environments in which we live.
Now, the Martin County Solar Project is one of Kentucky's largest solar energy generation facilities, and converting former coal mines helps clean up otherwise idle and underused land and utilizes existing infrastructure. Now, these long-term positive changes are good for the surrounding communities and even better for the climate. That's a win-win. Now, everyone talks about global warming and climate change, but what exactly does this mean? Greenhouse gas emissions are created by burning fossil fuels, especially in energy creation. As these emissions increase, they rise into the Earth's atmosphere. There, the gases trap the sun's heat, causing the entire planet's temperature to rise. Businesses are responding, playing significant roles in achieving the bold, transformative steps urgently needed to shift the world onto a more sustainable path. Large industries, such as automotive manufacturers like Toyota, are taking steps to address these issues. Beyond offering more and more electrified vehicles, Toyota's initiatives include reducing greenhouse gas emissions across operations, working with its supply chains, responsible material sourcing, recycling, minimizing waste, and water stewardship. But Toyota reaches well beyond direct environmental impacts. I asked Tim Hilgeman, Senior Director of Environmental Sustainability, to explain how the company approaches its carbon neutrality initiative, the 2050 Challenge.
The Toyota Challenge 2050 is really Toyota's long-term commitment on how we want to support development of a more sustainable society. One of our main visions is respect for the planet. And so this isn't anything new for Toyota. This is something that's been around for its life cycle. We want to eliminate carbon from our life cycle. But there's other things that are also important for this planet: water, biodiversity, and materials. One of our targets is to have zero carbon emissions across the life cycle. So that's not just the vehicles, that's looking at upstream and downstream. So looking at our suppliers and our dealers and being zero carbon across that entire life cycle of the vehicle.
Today, millions of electric and hybrid electric vehicles are rolling down our highways, helping to lower carbon emissions. But there's another choice for ecology-minded consumers: cars that emit only water vapor. They're FCEVs, or fuel cell electric vehicles, and they're powered by hydrogen, the most common molecule on Earth. Hydrogen fuel can be extracted from water, methane, or natural gas, creating fuel for cars, trucks, machinery, and stationary power generation. Hydrogen fuel cell technology has been around since the 1930s, but was mostly experimental and used on a limited basis until the 2000s, when concerns about gas-powered emissions and energy security surfaced. Fast forward to 2024 and the establishment of plans for a West Coast hydrogen corridor in California for vehicles and port operations. Its main feature, a network of hydrogen fueling stations. Heavy trucks and semi-trucks represent only about 6% of vehicles on California roads, but they account for more than 35% of transportation-related greenhouse gas emissions, heavily contributing to air pollution and smog. Now, there's an opportunity to do better. You know, Toyota's been selling hydrogen-powered cars since 2015, but now it's scaling it up to the big rigs. Hydrogen is an emerging fuel for the trucking industry, where diesel has been the industry standard for a century.
It has a huge potential to be a really, really big disruptor. At its point of use in hydrogen fuel cells, there are no emissions. There's zero emissions.
Today, Toyota puts the money where its mouth is, using hydrogen trucks in its own operations and transitioning its logistics fleet to hydrogen fuel cells. Here at Toyota's hydrogen-powered truck testing facility in Michigan, Executive Program Manager Luke Ripplemeyer explained the company's plans to help reduce carbon emissions of big trucks without reducing payloads.
Hydrogen fuel cells are a super, super cool technology. They take air, they take hydrogen as a fuel, they put it through a chemical reaction. We're not combusting it, so we don't have the emissions, but we get that chemical reaction to produce electricity. We can use that electricity anywhere to power anything. That's how hydrogen fuel cells work. You can have a huge impact by putting hydrogen fuel cells in large applications that use a lot of fuel, use a lot of energy, and thus create a lot of emissions. You can offset that, you can reduce that, you can eliminate that with hydrogen fuel cells. The great thing about hydrogen fuel cells, why the technology makes that possible, is it's stackable. You take one fuel cell, put it next to another one, add that energy together, and power very large things with those building blocks.
Toyota fuel cells also power freight lifters and trucks at its port operations in Long Beach, California, where it processes up to 200,000 vehicles a year that both come in and leave through the port to be shipped all over the world.
Our customers are asking for products that improve the planet, reduce their emissions, reduce their footprint, and that's also something we want to do as good stewards of the environment.
Our next stop, Kohler, Wisconsin, just north of Milwaukee, where, as you can see, cold weather has become fuel for the trees to change color. And hydrogen is an emerging fuel for the trucking industry, where diesel has been the industry standard for a century. But interest in alternative fuels like hydrogen has also surged for stationary applications, including electricity generation and storage. And that's where a company called Relco excels, a global leader in energy resilience. In 2025, Relco inked an agreement with Toyota Motor North America, in which Toyota provides hydrogen-powered fuel cell modules to Relco for use in stationary power generators. The agreement pairs Relco's strong track record of delivering innovative energy solutions with Toyota's proven fuel cell technology.
Fuel cells are not a new technology, and that's a myth we like to dispel. Toyota's been involved with fuel cells since 1992 and has a history of innovation with fuel cells. Hydrogen is going to play a key part in decarbonizing the power industry, whether that be in data centers or hospitals or general industry. Being able to replace diesel backup power with clean hydrogen generators is going to play a key role. And the nice thing about hydrogen is that we're not subject to air permits because their only emissions are water and air. This is a natural partnership with Relco and Toyota. Both bring decades of experience in our relative fields. Toyota has over 30 years of innovation with fuel cells, and Relco brings nearly 100 years of experience with power generation.
Now, our main goal from Toyota and Relco is to bring a quality product to the market with combining the expertise from both the companies.
It's exciting to see this partnership between Relco and Toyota. We're two leaders in our industries. Relco has over 100 years of experience in the power generation system, and Toyota has over 30 years of experience with hydrogen. The partnership with Toyota is allowing us to displace a gaseous or diesel engine with this hydrogen fuel cell. I'm excited for that potential of having a solution that really allows our customers to adopt these newer, cleaner technologies without compromise. They know they're going to have the reliability and the resiliency they need using proven technology that Toyota's been working on, right, with the hydrogen fuel cell, combining that with Relco's 100 years of experience of packaging this all together, providing a reliable backup power source.
These advanced power generation devices are extremely durable, as are the batteries that so often store the energy that generators create. But those batteries wear over time, and when they need to be recycled, there's new technology here to help. Recycling is the beating heart of a circular economy. Reusing products and their components, minimize waste, reduce pollution, conserve resources. But recycling mitigates habitat disruption and biodiversity loss and significantly reduces greenhouse gas emissions. It basically disrupts our familiar make, consume, toss pattern with positive results. Car manufacturers like Toyota look toward recycling hybrid and EV electric batteries to create circular closed-loop systems. As the #1 seller of electrified vehicles for a quarter century, Toyota collects about 25,000 used automotive batteries each year from its dealership network, primarily nickel metal hydride batteries found in its hybrid electric vehicles. They expect the number of batteries, particularly end-of-life lithium-ion batteries, to double by 2030.
Circularity is very important to Toyota. So whether we're talking about a hybrid vehicle or a plug-in hybrid vehicle or a fully electric BEV, all of these batteries have very precious metals in them. Lithium, nickel, cobalt, and manganese. These metals are of high value to us. And the only way right now that we get them is through mining. Perfect world for true battery circularity is to ensure that we are harnessing every battery's full potential. This is a very dynamic space that we work in. We may change where we recycle or who we recycle with or the type of technology that we use, but we will never deviate from being mindful of safety, quality, and cost. Toyota's in-game goal is to ensure that we have circularity from beginning to end.
Because reconditioned battery packs are cheaper than all new ones, they're appropriate for high-mileage vehicles, saving owners money, while energizing a circular battery economy. Recycling batteries seems like a natural initiative for a car manufacturer, but as we've seen, Toyota goes beyond the expected. Saving the monarch butterfly, protecting biodiversity, converting brown fields to solar arrays, developing hydrogen fuel. All of these is a whole cloth approach to protecting our planet. And responsible companies realize that addressing environmental challenges on a large-scale basis benefits all living things and supports a healthy economy too. I'm John Holden. Thanks for watching.